Yo dudes, new subscribers welcome. Hope everyone's staying safe and well and not too affected by the COVID thing. I mentioned in the last one about this video basically was going to be alloy wheels, and just with everything that's going on I've decided to delay, because it's quite a big purchase, just decided to delay it a little bit, just until things are a little bit clearer than they currently are. So I've changed my list around a little bit. So whether you're familiar with these vans or not, they don't come with any carpet in the front. They just come with, just like where the carpet would be is basically like a moulded plastic mat. Obviously work van gets dirty quite a lot, so it's easier to clean in that respect. Trying to make this a lot nicer than it is. So what I'm going to do is swap out the plastic mat for the carpet that came from a VW Touran. So that's what we're doing in today's video. Quite a lot to do with regards to actually fitting it. I need to remove the seats, I need to remove the center console, I need to unhook the battery, and it's currently raining, so as soon as the rain stops we'll get on to doing that. Okay, so battery unplugged. Now two M10 spline bolts with the seat all the way forward, then the seat all the way back, and then there's two on the front, and then from there disconnect the electrical wires underneath. So when I rearranged my list, this was one of the reasons for prioritising this first of all. So I knew loads and loads of stuff had got in and beneath, like not just like the areas that were clean, but underneath the seats and the hard to get to places. So it gives me a chance to go in and sort all that out and give it a nice tidy up as well whilst I'm doing this, and then I don't really have to worry about that again. But everything's going to get like cleaned, deep cleaned, thoroughly cleaned. So it's like new when it goes back in. So getting there. Center console's worrying us. I'm onto that after I remove out the seat support thingy jobbies. Okay, so center console fairly simple. Two torque bolt there, two down here before I'd moved, oh sorry, one here, and then two in the back bit. And then to get to them, basically just pop off the outer panels. So far I think I'm just about to pull out the center console, and then I'll see. I fear I've got to undo the accelerator pedal, but I'll get to that point once I get out the center console, because I'm like 90% there once I get the center console out, and I can then remove the lining that's there already and start to tidy and clean it, ready for the carpet. And also loosen off the handbrake cable to allow you to pull this high enough so you can slide it over the top. Right, now to see if we can remove the plastic matting. What a nightmare that was. That was like an hour just to get the accelerator pedal out, but there's a technique, so I'll show you whilst I'm here. So Torx nut, and then the electrical clip, and then at the bottom you see these two grooves. So you need a small screwdriver, and this tab here you push in to the right, and then there's a tab in here that you need to push backwards, and then it'll just release. But essentially it's connected by two little like mushroom bolt things. But yeah, pretty simple tabs now, you can see them and know how to do it, but first time doing it, it's a bit of a nightmare. It takes a while because you don't really know how it works. Hopefully now we can remove the rubber floor. We just cut through this bit so we can pull it out and get the cleaning. It's taken us a lot longer than I thought, and always keep a tidy workplace is kind of my motto, but if you look in the back, it's just all a bit chaos at the minute.
So it's all clean and tidy now. Let's see if we can get it back together. Just trying to fit the rear or the middle carpet, basically where the rear footwell would go if I had one, and where the handbrake cable, it basically goes into like an anchor point, but the anchor point goes all the way up to the floor, so it's blocking me from sliding it in. So I'm going to have to cut the carpet, so I've just marked out the width and I'm just going to cut a bit, try to fit, see if that works. If not, then cut again, refit, and just go in stages until I get to the point where I can slide it in as clean as possible. So there's the piece I've cut out. So try to test fit, see how it fits. If it doesn't, come back and cut a little bit more and keep going until we get to where we need to be. Right, I decided just to YOLO it, so I've just cut 2 flaps basically, and then I'll put it in, see where I need to cut, and then essentially I can cut. I've given myself the space, so hopefully this works, and hopefully it's a bit quicker than a bit, try to fit, a bit, try to fit, a bit, try to fit. So we'll just go for it.
So all back together. It was a lot longer process than I thought it would be. I thought it would literally just be like pull the seats out, pull the center console out, and just stick in the new carpet. I hadn't taken into account how dirty it was going to be under the seats. I also didn't take into account how much of a nightmare the accelerator pedal is to deal with. I think that probably took me the longest time out of everything to figure out how to remove it, then get it removed. But really happy with the results, really happy with the finish, and I'm kind of glad that I brought this a bit forward on the list as well, just to give the van, like the front end, like a proper clean as well, because the back end's been done, but I knew the front end hadn't, and I'd managed to get my head kind of half under the front seat, and I knew it wasn't particularly clean under there either. So that's that. One thing to keep in mind, or bear in mind, basically, I'm following Haynes manuals when I'm doing this, so that's kind of like the only reference I have. So they couldn't tell me obviously how to do the whole process, just how to take out the seats and other bits and pieces. And one thing that I wasn't expecting is when I turned the engine back on, even though I'd disconnected the batteries before I took the seats out, and I kept like the wires safe and out of the way. One thing I didn't expect, when I turned the engine back on, I had the ESP light on, the engine management light on, and also the airbag light on. And I presume this is just a thing on the vehicle saying, you know, it's been disconnected, we need to do our checks first, so you got to like run the car a couple of times before they'll turn off. But I was looking on the forums, and the forums basically said once they appear they don't turn off, so that is incorrect. Essentially the only thing I've got left on now is the engine management light. The other two have turned off after a couple of runs, so I'm presuming the engine management light, the next time I drive, it's probably going to do the same thing and turn off as well, because I'm presuming the engine management light only triggered because the other one's triggered, and now the other ones have gone away. It makes sense for the engine management light to go away, unless it was the issue I had with the engine management light like a couple of months ago. However, that went off and it never came back, so I never ever got it looked into. So my presumption at the minute is just keep driving. It's driving normal, it's driving fine, and the engine management light will go off after the next couple of drives or so. But other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. I've already ordered the stuff for the next video, but I've got the expected delivery date is July, so I'm probably going to do something else in the meantime. Again, thank you for new subscribers, and everybody stay safe, and I'll see you soon in a bit. Bye.